Hey, and welcome to Chefy-ish. Today we're going to be making Confit duck bonbons, which is succulent duck wrapped in a crispy coating and is super easy to make. So we just have a duck leg, some goose fat or duck fat. This is goose fat actually left over from Christmas. Then we've got some salt, some pepper, some flour, some breadcrumbs, and then a couple of eggs. So we just need to get the duck breast, take a sharp knife, and we're just going to pierce a few holes in it. Piercing these holes will make sure the seasoning gets through to the meat and will help render the fat. At this point, we just want to season the meat liberally. So grab some salt, and we'll get some pepper, and then just move the duck leg around the board to make sure the seasoning gets in the holes we just pierced. Cool. Now it's time to cook. We're sous videing ours. You can oven. The method is slightly different, so we'll pop that in the notes below. If you are sous videing, just get your duck, your fat, and pop it in a vacuum seal bag. So now we're ready to sous vide. Make sure your duck fat is surrounding your duck leg. It kind of mimics the confit. And set your sous vide to 76.7 degrees for 12 hours. Once the duck's finished in the sous vide, I normally pop it in the fridge for about an hour. Just gives it a chance to set up, and it's easier to split the stock and the fat. When you do take it out of the bag, make sure you keep the fat and the stock. The stock's used to help bind the bonbon, and the fat's used to fry the duck leg. Now we're ready to get a little bit of colour on the duck. Take a little bit of the fat that you've just saved and pop it in the pan. Once we get a nice bit of colour on this, we can just take that out. We're not trying to get too much colour, just a bit of additional flavour. Make sure you get all the good bits from the pan. And make sure to keep your fat, because you can use it again next time. Cool, so at this point, we just want to take it and just remove as much as we can. So we just want to get all of that off. Keep the bones, because they're actually nice for a stock. So again, just take all this off. Watch out, because there's a small little bone, little hair like bone here, so you need to make sure that that doesn't go in. I'm not choking. Get all the meat off. Cool. And really, the bone should look like this when you're done. When we're here, just want to get the knife and just chop lots. You can hear the crunchy bits, and that's what we'll get some flavour from. So just keep on chopping, flat palm to make sure your hand's out of the way, and just keep on chopping through. This should take a couple minutes, but we just want it all nice the same size. Just keep on chopping. Cool. And this is the kind of texture we're looking for. Cool. So, if we grab our bowl, all of it in there. So at this point, we want to take some of our bits from earlier. So this is what we took off after we sous vide the duck. So we have the fat in here, and we have some of the bone collagen, so that's just a bit of stock. So I'd get half a teaspoon of fat, probably half a teaspoon of fat per duck leg, and just drizzle that in. That's going to help bind. And then we probably want to take a nice chunky bit of stock. Well, I'm going to go for 2 just because it's lush. And just take the knife, just run over that. Make sure it's all nice little dice bits. Nice and diced like that, and we'll put that in as well. Cool. When you're here, just want to give it a good stir, make sure it's all all mixed through, all of the stock's kind of through, so it should look like that. So then it should be one homogeneous mix. Nothing should be too big, but it doesn't matter too much. So at this point we want a good pinch of salt. And a good pinch of pepper. Give it another stir. That should give it another stir. And this is probably where it's a good time to taste. God, that's good. So now we just need to cling. So we take some cling film. Cling film fits me. Lay it down. And for each ball, you just want a semi-decent sized square. So just have it like this. Take some of our mixture. And remember, about one leg should do about 3 balls. So if we take about a third of it, pop it in the middle. Take each corner and pinch, like that. Take it and just spin it around. At this point, just use the palm of your hand, kind of like making a Scotch egg. Oh, yeah. And we should end up with a nice ball shape that looks like that. So just have that and then pop it in here and we can get this in the fridge. So we've got our balls and they're nice and set up. They're quite firm now, so you can actually hold them. You can actually, like, if there's any weird shapes, you can kind of just move them around a bit, but they're pretty solid. Don't play with them too much because they will end up falling apart once they're warmed up. So you just want to pop that in the flour and get it semi-coated, not too much. You don't want too thick of a crust on there, so just get it like that, dab it off. Into the egg mix, I think that's called. And again, like that. At this point, straight into the breadcrumbs, and then swap hands, and then move that around. Ooh, massive mess, stupid bowl to use. But that's what you want it to look like. And then straight into there, pop. Once your bonbons are prepped, you want to set your fryer to about 180 degrees C, and we'll fry them for about 3 to 4 minutes. Once they're nice and golden, they're ready to come out. Rolling around a bit. Cool. So we have some hoisin sauce. You can thicken this up with a bit of xantham gum, and that just makes the mouthfeel a bit nicer. We've got our balls. We just put these straight onto paper, just to drain off the excess fat, and we've just got a bit of flaky salt for the top. So we just want to snip the end of this and just do 3 dollops just to kind of hold our bits in place. Take and sit them on. Then just want to grab a little bit of flaky salt, pop it on top of each one. And then we have our final product. It's a crispy, crunchy, duck-filled, super soft, succulent. That's so good. Great, so I hope you enjoyed that video. Please like and subscribe if you did. Hopefully we'll be producing some more videos. That's really good.